Hey everyone, this is Tiffany from travelinginamerica.com. I wanted to go over my planning process today. So this is going to be my New York City pre-travel vlog part one. And this is for the upcoming trip that's happening in about 27 days from now. So I want to go over some things that I'm struggling with right now in the planning process and also tell you what I have planned. And I'll start by telling you how this trip came about in the first place. We had just come back from our first trip, which I will be reviewing here at a later date, and it was to Disney World. And there's all kinds of reasons why this was a big deal for me, but we were sitting here and we were at that really happy, tired stage. And we had just walked in the door and sat down, and we were like, man, that was fun. And talking about the memories and everything. And the kids were very proud of me putting myself out there because I've been quite a hermit for a couple of decades now. And they were like, you're going to be traveling more now. And I said, where should we go next? And the kids were like, I don't know, maybe New York City. Because that was like, to us, being, in America, New York City would be like way out of my comfort zone. It's far from here. It's a completely different speed, I guess you would say. Hustle and bustle and packed and tons of different just things to do, and way different from being down here in Texas where we're a little more laid back. And I'm primarily more from the Fort Worth area, and we're a little bit more laid back and slow. And so yeah, that was why we decided on New York. And so that night, while we were sitting here, we hadn't even unpacked yet. I started saying, well, let's just see what it would cost. Let's just see what we could do. So we get on there and on the internet and started searching, and I find Delta tickets were about $150 cheaper per ticket than American at the time for first class. I buy first class because I don't want to seep over into anyone's seat being overweight. And I want the comfort, and I'm already nervous enough going because, I just am out of my comfort zone. And so I wanted that extra, special touch there. So I got us tickets, but this time it was just going to be me, my college-age son, and my teenage daughter. My older son is now married. Him and his wife are actually going to house sit for us and stay here and everything with their pets and our pets, and so they have to work, and so they can't go. So I bought us first class tickets, and then I was looking for a hotel. One of the things we had a problem with that I didn't realize we would have a problem with in New York City was it was hard to find a hotel room that had a good amount of beds for us. So I'll share one with my daughter because, we're both girls and everything, and she can, if it's a queen bed and everything, will fit. But my son needs his own bed, and all I could find was like an individual king or little twin beds. We could not find very many hotels, and I don't know where I was looking. I was looking on hotels.com, I think. And so we just really struggled to find the right room situation. And then I was reading, people were saying, yeah, it's different there as far as space and all. So I did find that the Knickerbocker in Times Square has rooms that have 2 queen beds, which is perfect. We can make do with that. And so that's what we booked, and it was on a little bit of a sale, not a ton, but it was on a little bit of a sale, so we got that. We are going for 6 nights, 7 days in July, and everyone always talks about how hot it's going to be, and I'm from Texas, so we know hot as well. We're way over 100 degrees, but I understand that there's humidity. It'll probably be like Disney was last summer when we went, very, very humid. That's different because I usually have more dry heat here, but some days we have humidity, so I understand what I'm used to. What I'm not used to is the foot traffic, the walking. I have a bum knee. I have a torn meniscus that I've had surgery on, and it's still bone on bone. So this is not going to be pleasant. When I went to Disney World, I think you walk about 12 to 13 miles probably per day in those huge parks, and my kids are in really good shape, and they were all hurting. My son's a personal trainer even, and they were all hurting from it. And I had gotten a scooter, and it was really, a situation where I was humiliated having to get one, but I couldn't walk on my knee. In New York, I'm going to have to. I can't be scooting around there. It's too crazy and busy, and I don't want to be that person trying to, when I don't know what I'm doing, like trying to navigate there anyway. I'm sure there are people who are very well adept at being able to do that, and that's not me because it was my first time anyway. So I'm going to have to do a lot of walking. So that's part of why I'm doing on this channel also some travel fitness, is because I'm having to work hard at it. Before we went to Disney, like last year, before that, I was in the 280s, upper 280s. Okay, I was 287.8 way before that. and I'm down to 256.4 today. So I've lost weight, but it's coming off slower, and I have a lot more to go. I have to get physically fit and be able to walk through New York City. It's going to be way a different pace even. So I'm not used to that. I'm struggling a little bit with the transportation. I don't know when I'm making these plans, even though I have a map and stuff like that, I don't understand, like, when I see two places on the map, I'm like, can I walk there? I don't know. We don't walk here. I mean, you just don't. Everybody drives here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So, you know, I drive an hour round trip to my kids' school. I drive to the grocery store. You just drive everywhere. You don't walk. And so, it's just going to be very, very different for me. And I will probably, in a way, welcome it. I think it's really neat that everyone walks there. I think it's great, good exercise. So I have been working up my stamina to be able to walk. My knee will sometimes go numb on me because it hurts so bad, but that's okay. I push myself. And my daughter is kind of being a little pusher for me there, and she is making me, I started at 12 minutes, and so she's got me up to 30 minutes a day, so I'm doing that. So I really don't understand when I'm planning things, whether or not I'm going to need to take an Uber or a taxi or whatever, or if I can just walk there. So it kind of throws off my timing a little bit when I'm planning. I'm a little confused on that. I have learned from watching YouTube videos, you know, how to hail a cab and, you know, how to know which lights you're supposed to look for, whether or not it's occupied or off duty, or don't get a green cab or a black cab, get a yellow cab and things like that. So I'm a little struggled with that. Now, I know everyone says you shouldn't have stayed in Times Square, but, you know, being out of state, I didn't know that at the time. And so I thought, I just want to be right in the middle of it all. It looks so fun. And now I'm reading all of these recommendations that you don't stay there, that you go visit for like 10 minutes and leave. So that's okay, though. The Knickerbocker looks amazing. I've read so many good things about it, and I'm really looking forward to it. I've even communicated with them online a little bit, back and forth in emails, and they're so sweet. So I'm really looking forward to our stay there. And I'll be doing a review of that as well. So I also struggle with knowing, as far as the walking versus riding thing, like, you know, you see on TV, that's all I can really go by. You see so much traffic that I don't know, are people just sitting there all day? I don't know. That's what it looks like. So if I sit there and say, okay, it's 10 blocks down there, I don't even know if I could walk 10 blocks. I have no clue. I don't know how long a block is in y'all's world. But I don't know if I'm going to need to get some sort of car to go, and are we going to be sitting there in traffic, and am I just going to get this huge bill at the end of this traffic thing? I don't understand all that. So that's going to be a little different for me. Another thing was that someone just threw out at me out of the blue that a lot of places are cash only, but they didn't say what places. I have no idea what they were talking about. So how much cash do I need to take versus a card and all that. I'll give you a little bit of our itinerary to tell you where I started. I got a couple of New York books and a map, so I'm kind of trying to do it by areas a little bit. The day of arrival, it's going to be a Saturday, and so I guess we're going to take a taxi. I don't know. I'm torn between a taxi and an Uber. I guess a taxi is a flat rate and it's cheaper, but I don't know. So we're going to land at around noon-ish at JFK, and so we'll drive over to the Knickerbocker, either drop our bags off or go to our room, whatever's available. And then I thought, of course, we're going to go out and explore Times Square, because that's what we want to do as tourists. So we're going to go out there. I understand all the rules. Don't let people take pictures with us, you know, the characters and all that. Although I am looking forward to finding the naked cowboy, because I'm a Texan and I will get a picture with him if I can find him. So we're going to go just kind of explore out there, see what that's like, and really that will terrify me because it's probably going to be so busy, and I'm just not used to that. I'm not used to being around a lot of people like that, but I'm going to do it, you know, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be good. I'll keep telling myself that. And then I thought we would eat a lunch at a place called The Counter Custom Burger or something like that on 7 Times Square. So basically you order your burger how you want and different things, and I don't eat beef anymore because I just gross myself out. So I want the Impossible Burger I think they have, but my kids will eat it. And then we're going to walk around a little bit more, probably shop and go back to the hotel. And I thought we would go out for dinner at night and be able to see Times Square at night. and go to Junior's, because I'll tell you one thing we want those diner and deli experiences, and the bagels and the cheesecakes and the pastas and all that kind of stuff. So this is kind of a different trip. Where I went to Disney World, I wanted deluxe everything. We had signature dining, all that kind of stuff. And we did do some quick service. But when I'm going to New York, it's kind of opposite. I do want to do like one or two kind of nice meals, sort of. But I basically want that, Los Tacos. Walk up to a taco stand, get some tacos, and stand and eat them, and that kind of thing. Get a bagel, get a hot dog somewhere. That's the kind of thing that we don't have here that I want to go experience. So that's day one, and we'll probably be very tired because we're getting up at like 3:30, 4 in the morning to leave. So Sunday, we are actually meeting my ex, and he lives up north, and his family, his fiance, and his mom. And so, there's peace between us now and everything. So he asked, could we meet? And I was like, yes, y'all can hang out with us one day. So that's what we're doing, and that will be neat to do. And so they're going to meet us at our hotel, and then we are going to lift over, Uber or whatever, over to Kat's Deli, because, I've seen When Harry Met Sally, and I want to go to a genuine like deli type of thing. So it looks really good. I'm going to have the turkey sandwich there. It looks really good. And then I thought after that we would go to Chinatown and Little Italy and just kind of see what there. And I know not to buy the knockoffs and all that. One thing I do want to do is go get the Aura red at Magic Jewelry. I know it's phony, that kind of stuff. I don't really get into all that, but it looks fun, and I want to do that. And then after that, we're going to go, I've already bought my tickets to the Tenement Museum. We're going to a shop life tour. And the reason I chose that one is because of the stairs. It's on the lower level, and it has just a couple of stairs. And all of the other ones had all those stairs that zigzag up the side of the building, and I didn't think I could do that. So that's the one we chose. Because we want to see, some of the history of the immigrants and everything that were coming in the early days. So then we're going to go back to near our hotel, and we want that authentic New York pizza slice. So we're going to do Joe's Pizza. I've heard that's good. And then we're going to have a dessert probably at Paris Baguette by our hotel. Monday is what I call my patriotic day. Okay, and this is where I kind of get confused. There's all kinds of time that I don't know what to do in between these times. Like, I figured we would get up and putter around Times Square, but if we've already seen it twice, I don't know if we're going to want to go back again. What's there going to be, to do down there? So we're going to eat breakfast at, I think, Best Bagel and Coffee. And then we're going to go to Trump Tower because I want to go and have an ice cream and go to the store and ride the escalator. And then I don't know, I had planned that we were going to go to the Trump Cafe, but I don't know if I want to do that. I think there's probably other places I'd rather go eat lunch around there. So I don't know if y'all know anything in that area that you want to recommend, let me know below. And then we are going after that, continuing with my patriotic day, we are going over to the 9/11 Memorial because that is something that I have wanted to go and pay my respects to for years. So the thing with that, and this is where I get confused on timing, I want to see it both in the daylight and the dark because I'm only going to have this one shot. So what I thought we would do is arrive probably around 5-ish and see it outside the memorial, and then we're going to go inside the museum, and I think it takes like 2 hours. So we're going to go inside the museum, walk around there, and then when we come out, maybe 5 or 6. Then when we come out, I wanted to see it when it's kind of getting dark outside as well, because I think it looks different in the pictures that I've seen. And that's going to be a very heavy day after that. I'm sure I'm going to be all kinds of messed up after I see that. So that's going to be awful. Awful in a respectful way, if you know what I mean. I'm already tearing up and just even talking about. Okay, so then after that, when it's kind of dark, I wanted to go to Battery Park, and we're just gonna see the Statue of Liberty from afar. They said it was lit up, and so that's what we want to do. I get extremely seasick. So I don't even want to go on a little ferry over there because and my kids were fine. They were like, we're fine as long as we see it in person and we can look across water, we're fine with that. So that's what we're gonna do. I want to have her, have all of us ride the sea glass carousel and see the charging bull while I'm down there and get a picture with that. And then we're going to dinner at Bubby's on Hudson Street. That's where I want to go for that. I know it's Bryant Park movie night as well that night, and they're showing Carrie that night. So I don't know if we'll be back in time to kind of walk by and just see what that's like. Like, it'd be neat to just walk by, not even stay for the whole movie, just walk by and just see everyone sitting. I know it sounds corny, but to see everyone sitting out in the middle of this lawn watching a movie, it's just such a New York looking thing to do, it sounds like. Tuesday, we are going to walk to Brooklyn Diner on 43rd Street and visit Radio City Music Hall area, all that kind of stuff, Rockefeller, all that, and see St. Patrick's Cathedral. I don't know. I know Fifth Avenue shopping is over there. Is that something you go through and you look? I can't afford things there probably, maybe not. But do you like window shop? What do you do over there? I don't know. Central Park, I've heard it's massive, and so with my knee, I don't think I really want to just go walk in the whole thing there. But we'll probably, dip our toe in, walk in a corner and walk out or something like that just to see what it's like. I don't know what's there really. I have to research that a little more, and we'll probably have lunch somewhere around there, just a real cheap place somewhere, walk around. And then go back to our hotel. We're gonna get ready. We have tickets I've already bought to Mean Girls on Broadway, and so that's at the Augusta Theater, I think. And so we're going to that at 7, and then right after that we're going to go have a very late dinner at Gallagher's Steakhouse right across the street. So we're going to do that. And then Wednesday we have breakfast at Toasties, and then we're going to go to the Upper East Side, and I thought we would maybe see a museum and do some shopping possibly. And then we're going to get lunch on the go. There's a place called Papaya King that has hot dogs and chicken tenders. I thought, hot dog wise, I don't know if I want to get one off of like a street cart. I don't know if I'd want to do that. But this hot dog place has a history with it, so I thought we might do that. And then we're going to go have dessert at Serendipity 3 because that looks amazing. I want to do that. And then we have reservations at Carmine's for dinner. I wanted to get some sort of nice Italian place, but everywhere that was recommended to me, the menu was so not stuff we would normally eat. And so I like stuff I don't eat. I don't eat seafood. But Carmine's has more of the kinds of foods that we eat, like the chicken parmesan and the pasta and the sides and things like that. Everything was in line with what we'll eat, and so we'll do that. And then Thursday we're going to breakfast at Bibble and Sip because my daughter wanted to go there. And then we're going to just explore everything like NoHo, Soho, Greenwich, Chelsea. I don't know if that's too much to do in one day, but we're just going to kind of go around. Not sure where we're going to have lunch. I want to possibly go to the Museum of Illusions and see that because it looked kind of neat. And then I have in Chelsea, Sarah Beth's Bakery written down. Maybe that's something that intrigued me. I don't know. And then I have a note to myself that New Yorkers shop in West Village, Nolita, and Union Square. So we'll probably try to go around there. And then Friday is the day we leave. We're going to get up and go have breakfast in Times Square Diner and Grill. And then we're going back to JFK. So, like I said, this is someone coming who's intimidated by the big city, doesn't know what they're doing, doesn't understand it all. It sounds confusing. It sounds hectic, but I'm willing to give it a try and put myself out of my comfort zone and just go have fun, trying to learn all the etiquette, staying out of the way, don't stop in the middle of the sidewalk, pull off to the side, all that kind of stuff. Don't walk slow, don't walk for people and, wide or anything like that. So I'm don't jaywalk. I'm learning all the rules, people. So if you have any tips or advice on what to do on these days, let me know, and I'll be happy to take it. Thanks.